Hello. All right. Noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, preposition, conjunction, interjection. What the hell am I doing? Really, I always tell you, my dear friends, it's not very important for you to cram your memory with all the technical terms, this jargon. Let's do away with this jargon. It's not very important for us to learn all the technical names that are there in the English grammar. Without those, we can speak English very well, comfortably. We can write English without any hesitation. But a few things we have to know, a few rules. If we do not know those rules, irrespective of their technical terms, simple rules. Without knowing these rules, it will be difficult for us to express our thoughts in English. And for that reason only, this class is important. Okay? Don't think I'm trying to bore you with the lessons on grammar. No, not like that. I'm simply giving you the bare structure or the things that you need most in order to frame some sentences. Okay? Please, my dear friends, may I invite your attention to the whiteboard? Yeah, see, what is there? When one action happens before another action, we use having done for the first action. All right. So what is there? It's written in simple, clear language. When one action happens before another action, a sequence of actions. Okay. Say one action takes place, and then another action starts. So in that case, you have to express yourself, of course, in English because you are learning spoken English. So when you want to express an action that has already taken place before another, use this particular phrase, having plus the third form of the verb. Here, for example, done. Having done. We use having done instead of done. You may use any verb, the third form of any verb that will do for the first action. For the first action, this phrase is used, not for the second action. Let us concretize the idea with some examples. Having found a hotel, we looked for somewhere to have dinner. So, having found a hotel, our first task is to look for a hotel. When we find the hotel, we shall go to some restaurant to have dinner. That means that one action takes place first, the action of finding a hotel. So we have found the hotel already. And now we have gone to have dinner. So in case of the first action is finding a hotel. We are using the having phrase. Having, find, found. The third form is found. Having found a hotel, we looked for somewhere to have dinner. So, whenever you are just talking about two actions, one action having taken place first, try to use this particular phrase, having plus the third form of the verb concerned. Next one, having finished her work, she went back home. Lady, a girl. Having finished her work, first she has to finish her work. And after that only, she can go back home. So, we are using the having phrase for the first action. First action is to finish the work. So, having finished her work, she went back home. Having finished my class, I went back to I went to a certain place. If you don't want to say went back home, I went to meet Mr. John, we do not use generally Mr. before any name. Because before the surname, generally we use Mr. So here, take my surname. I went to meet Mr. Chakraborty after finishing my work. So after finishing my work, instead of that, I'm saying having finished my work, I went to meet Mr. Chakraborty. Next, you can also say, instead of this, if you don't want to use this phrase, say you have some confusion regarding this phrase and you are a bit hesitant, you don't know what to use or when to use, how to use, so better to avoid that. So if you avoid this particular phrase, you have to express your thought in some other way. How will you do this? In that case, follow this formula. You can also say after plus verb plus ing for the first action. After, you have to use the word after. All right? Plus verb, any verb that you want to use. Plus ing for the first action. Let us take this one. Instead of saying, having found the hotel, we looked for somewhere to have dinner, we may say, after find, first from find, then ing, after finding a hotel, we looked for somewhere to have dinner. In the same way, here written, having finished her work, she went back home. So instead of having finished, we may say, after plus verb finish plus ing. After finishing her work, she went back home. So this particular phrase, this particular formula, you can use if you want to avoid this having phrase. After finishing her work, she went back home. Next, if one short action follows another short action, two short actions take place, one before the other. So in that case, what to do? You can use the simple ing form. Simple ing form will do verb plus ing. If both the actions are very short. If both the actions are very short. By short action, I mean, say, taking the book from the shelf. Taking the book from the shelf, I started reading the book. So taking the book from there is a very short action. That is followed by another. I'm standing here, I'm turning over the pages of the book. Taking the book from the shelf, I'm reading the book, or I'm turning over the pages of the book. So the short action. In case of the short action, you don't need to use the having phrase. Do not use. It will be very odd, it will be ridiculous rather. Say for example, there is an example sentence you see that taking a key out of his pocket, he opened the door. Before opening the door, you have to take the key out of your pocket. So this is a very short action, taking the key out of your pocket and unlocking the door. Both the actions are very short. So in that case, do not say, having taken the key out of my pocket, I opened the door. Not necessary. It will be very ridiculous. It will be very bizarre. So better avoid that. Simply verb plus ing. So after also you don't need to use there when both the actions are very short. Taking a key out of his pocket, he opened the door. This word you see, verb take plus ing, taking. So instead of that, you could have said, having taken a key out of his pocket, he opened the door. It should be uncommon indeed, unusual, better to avoid. You could have also said, after taking a key out of his pocket, he opened the door. This would be also grammatically correct, but unusual. Okay, not necessary. Why would you make your speech verbose? Why would you make your speech very wordy? We don't do this generally. It is very It's nice to express yourself as succinctly as possible, as concisely as possible. So the words that are barely needed must be used when I'm speaking English. Unnecessarily, I shall not use a lot of words. So it will be very outdated. Firstly, the way of speaking, the verbose English, is outdated. It is said that Johnsonian English. Johnson, there was John. You know, all of you have heard the name of Johnson. So Johnson used to speak English generally in a circumlocutory way, in a roundabout way. For example, he was sitting there with a lot of people. There was a lady also. So she had a snuff box with her. Johnson wanted to take a little snuff from there. So Johnson asked that lady, "Ma'am, Madam, will you allow the tips of my fingers to get into the concavity of your box to take a pinch of dust to titillate my olfactory nerves?" How funny! So it is better for us to avoid this type of English. In the modern times, there is much hurry. You know, this downtown hurry has made it mandatory for us to be very precise in it. So, taking a key out of his pocket, you open the door. Many nouns next. Many nouns can be used as countable. This part I think you have understood already. If you don't understand, write down in the comment box. I will clarify once again. Next, let's learn some nouns. Many nouns can be used as countable or uncountable nouns, usually with a difference in meaning. When you use a certain noun, there are some nouns, not all. Some nouns, when you use these nouns as countable, then they have a certain meaning. And when you use them as uncountable nouns, then there is a change. There is a certain difference in the meaning. And that is what we are going to learn. These few nouns which I have written on the whiteboard for you to note down. There are many other nouns, but it's not possible for me to write down all the nouns that are used in this way. In the days to come, we shall be discussing many more such words, and then I think that it will be possible for us to know a few more nouns. But here today we have only a few. Did you hear a noise? Noise. Before this noise, there is this article. A. Therefore, it is quite clear to everybody that noise, noise is here a countable noun because there is an article. Did you hear a noise? A noise. Countable? All right. Now, if you want to use this noise, this word noise, as an uncountable noun, what will it mean? Here, what does it mean? A specific noise. A noise means a specific noise, not noise in general. But when we talk about noise in general, then it is an uncountable noun. There is too much noise. There is too much noise. There is no article here, firstly. Secondly, the word much indicates that noise is used here as uncountably. Had noise been used as countable, it would not be much, it would become many, and the expression would be there are too many noises. Have you ever heard this type of English? I have not heard, at least. So it is better for us to avoid this kind of use. So when noise is used as an uncountable noun, there is no article used, and then noise means noise in general, no specific noise, noise in general. For example, it's not possible for you to keep standing at a public place because there is too much noise. There is too much noise. Noise in general. But we are sitting in a library. Suddenly, somebody drops a book from the hand, and there is a noise. There is a noise, a specific noise we are talking about. Therefore, we are using this word noise as a countable noun. Next, see. I bought a paper to read. The word paper is used by us almost on a daily, not almost, obviously on a daily basis. But it is very important for us to know that paper, P-A-P-E-R, paper, if paper is used as a countable noun, it always invariably means a newspaper, not paper in general. I mean, material for writing on. then there will be no article at all. So as there is an article, if you tell somebody, say you are standing somewhere or sitting somewhere, there is some other person also, you have to, please give me a paper, please give me a paper. You want to write something, okay? You want to write the telephone number of somebody, just you are asking that man, please give me a paper. He will hand the newspaper over to you because you have used paper as a countable noun. But when you do not use paper as a countable noun, it means material for writing on. For example, I need some paper. Excuse me, may I have some paper? May I have some paper? Or if you want to just use it as countably, then you have to say, please give me a sheet of paper or give me a piece of paper. There is no problem. If you say there, please give me a piece of paper or please give me a sheet of paper, then material for writing on. That's why you are not using that paper as a countable noun. So do not use paper as a countable noun when you mean material for writing on, but use always paper as a countable noun when you mean a newspaper. Next, there is a hair in her soup. Oh, really? I wouldn't take this tea. Why? What's wrong with the tea? There is a hair. Don't you see, man? There is a hair in the tea. I'm not going to take this tea. Please give me a fresh cup of tea. Why? Because there is a hair. There is a hair. Countable. There it is, countable. One single hair. That's why we are using a hair. Countably we are using here. But when we use hair on your head or on the head, then we never use any article before here. Then it is used as an uncountable noun. Always it's used as an uncountable noun when we mean the hair on our heads. Oh, really? I'm sorry, which I don't have. I don't have. Yeah, mistakenly, I just pointed towards my bald pate. Okay, all right. So she has long hair, not she has a long hair. Don't say that she has a long hair or the boy has a spiky hair. Do not say the boy has spiky hair, she has long hair. Next, there is a room upstairs. Room, a room in a house. There are many rooms in my father's mansion. Lord Jesus the Christ has said. So these rooms. Room, when you mean a compartment in a certain house, then you use the word room as a countable noun. How many rooms are there in your house? There is a room vacant on the first floor. There is a room vacant. So there is used as a countable noun. But room is also used as an uncountable noun. Then it doesn't mean a room in a house. You can sit here, there is room. No article is used. There is room. That means there is a space. There is a space. You can sit here, there is room, a space. Oh, really? It is jam-packed. It is so very crowded. Please, man, don't try to get in. There is no room at all. There is no room at all means there is no space at all. Don't get in. Or you're saying that, okay, gentlemen, come in, please. There is room. Room enough. Come in. There's space there. Room. Last one. We had a good time abroad. My friends and I went abroad. And after returning from there, I'm telling you that we had a good time abroad. We had a good time abroad. A good time. That means their time is being used as a countable noun. That's why there is this article, a good time. That means a period of time. A good time means a certain period of time. Okay? Here time means a certain period of time. I can't wait. I don't have time. I can't wait. I don't have time. Here no article is there. Here time is time in general. Time in general. Not a specific period of time, but time in general. So, please, I can't wait. I don't have time. Do you have time? Please wait a minute. Do you have time? Not countable, uncountable. But if I say that he had a boring time alone in a certain remote village, a boring time, a period of time, then it is used as a countable noun. All right. So this is all that I wanted to discuss today, and I have already done this. I think you will communicate with me. If I alone go on talking, I feel that I'm crazy. I'm going on talking only. I'm getting nothing from the other end. So please do write a few comments. Yes, gentlemen and ladies, please have a subscribe to this channel. If not, do it now. Tonto. Really? Okay, if you don't like the content on this channel, do not subscribe to this channel. All right? Thank you very much. See you again in the next session. Bye bye.